Awesome. Richa, you want to introduce yourself?
Cool. Probably I can also introduce myself. I'm the co-founder as well at EPNS. I look into everything around marketing, growth, and a bit in the product side as well. I think Harsh already introduced about EPNS, so very excited to be here today. Thanks, Pareen, for doing this.
Thank you, both of you, for being here. I think we need to set some context here. So, we are doing this to introduce the project called Ethereum Push Notifications, which is an infrastructure protocol for the decentralized web that we are going to see emerging in the future, near future, hopefully. And right now, let's just first try and understand, Harsh and Richa, what the project is all about. uh, how do you explain it in terms that someone who really doesn't understand a lot of technicalities of DeFi would understand? What would be the simplest way to understand this is?
Sure. So, the simplest way to understand it is just looking at a normal everyday virtual life. So, if you try to observe as a user a normal virtual life every day, very soon you'll realize that it's driven by push notifications. I mean, for most of us, the Clubhouse probably send a notification to your mobile screen. But take it a bit further. The Gmail or any emails which we receive is a push notification. Any PayPal or Venmo payments we do, that's a push notification. Even any parcel we receive from Amazon or otherwise, that's a push notification. Any social network interaction, even any web, WhatsApp chat or FaceTime call is a push notification that essentially then transforms into something else. So, to put it simply, uh, push notifications is a way by which services come to the users and they say that, hey, this is something which might be very, very important for you, and let us know in case you want to take any action around it. Uh, that's been the case and norm from 2010 onwards when you look at the traditional internet. But now, when you come to Web3 or blockchain, this sort of communication layer was absent. And because of that, a lot of problems came across. So, for example, so loan liquidations. So you as a user were expected by any of the smart contracts or dApps you visited to go over there and to constantly check whether your health factor was below or above a certain threshold. And the services never interacted with you. So as a user, you had to go back again and again to check those DeFi apps. And if you're a user for one DeFi app, you know that is still an inconvenience, but you can still do it. But if you are a good enough crypto user and you're using five or two or three or more dApps, then that becomes something which is not really doable. Uh, and it doesn't just stem to DeFi or stop at DeFi. You can take governance. On-chain governance proposals are missed because there's no communication there. Uh, Even ENS domain names, they expire and users they don't get to know about it. If you talk about staking and rewards, if you talk about security audits, which are like really crucial, they are also missed. Even something as sensitive as a security bug or a version upgrade, people don't get to know about it. And all of this happens because notifications are not there. And because notifications are not there, these users of wallet addresses, they basically are unaware of, whatever things are happening with whatever services they are interacting with. And EPNS as a project is meant to essentially solve that.
So, so if I understand correctly, basically none of the dApps that I'm using, right from my decentralized wallet to any game that I'm playing or any DeFi product that I'm using, uh, driven by blockchain and crypto, they are not sending me any notifications. And to think of it in a layman's terms, let's say if I take my iPhone and I disable all the notifications, that would just make my life hell, I think. So this seems like a very essential part of the web that is being created by crypto. Harsh, it would be amazing to know from both of you, how did you start on this journey? How did you get this particular idea? And I think uh, this stands out particularly for me because uh, this is such an obvious thing. This is one of those businesses or startups that when you don't know about it, you don't even know that this gap is existing. But the moment you hear about it, you know that this is absolutely needed, right? So what was the start like, and how did you get this idea of building a push notification service that's decentralized?
Got it. So I think Richa can probably take this question. Uh,
Yeah, sure. So, pretty like we like I think in late 2019 we started actually dabbling into a lot of dApps, sort of trying them out to see like what is that pain point that we can work on, like a problem statement. And while trying out different dApps, we realized that every time that there was an action or there was an important update that we were expecting, as a user, we went back to the app to check whether that particular action is completed or so on. So that is when we realized that it's such an inconvenience as an end user that to see the status of a particular action, whether it's whether my order is completed or not. I need to go back, but that doesn't really happen in the Web2 space. Usually, I'll just get a notification that this is, your pending action, or your payment is pending, or so on. So that's when we realized that the bridge between the user and the service did not exist in Web3, and that's when we started building the idea and ideating on the concept of Ethereum push notification service. Just a quick backstory on how the journey has been so far. We took that idea and we wrote to Ethereum Foundation, and the guys there are like very super supportive, and they like the idea, and they told us, it's a great idea. Why don't you just build it out and hack it out at Ed Global, which is like a hackathon, and that's when we build out the idea, the POC of the project last year. And there were a lot of awesome projects that actually come there to support the builders, including from Aave, Stani and his team were there. And that's when we started working on the idea of incentivized notifications that we can talk about later. And thereafter, we've met along the journey like so many awesome people who are also over here in the clubhouse. Shout out to DeFi Dan, he's there, Ramesh, and like whole bunch of awesome people who have actually worked with us, who have helped us test, validate the idea on what the features should be, what a user would like, and that's the journey. That's how the journey has been so far. We also I got through a couple of accelerators, including Gitcoin, and like last year we set out on a journey, and we also raised a seed round, and yep. So it's been an awesome journey so far, and I don't know if Ash wants to add something to it that I'm missing.
yeah, so uh, shout out to Akshay as well. I think we were missing that. Uh, but yeah, just a fun quick story. So right after Ethereum Foundation, and when they told us that go ahead and build this in Eth Global, so we went over there and we were still very scared to share our idea and very nervous about it. Most because no, it was never been done before, and when something hasn't been done before, you're always worried that if it's a stupid idea, or if the idea is actually worth it. So we kind of wrote the description down in Ed Global, and Stanley was also there, and Stanley was the first one to actually validate this idea by saying that he'll personally use it if something like that was built. So because of that, I think we knew that we at least have to get the POC done. Uh, so yeah, that I don't know. In my head, it sounded like a funny story. Don't know whether it's funny or not, but yeah.
It's damn serious right now. I think you've come a long way to doing this, and I'm sure that initial ideas would have been refined along the way by so many people that are supporting you. So that sounds amazing. For me, like from a user perspective, or someone who's holding a token, push token, I would like want to know, what's like the market size of this. I know there are billions of notifications sent over Web 2.0 right now. Web 3.0 will mostly be much bigger with all these dApps coming in. But like, what's the market sizing that you do right now?
Got it. So yeah, just to put it into perspective, when we are looking at Web 2 and when we are looking at this communication middleware, there are only two communication middlewares in Web 2. One is Apple Push Notification Service, and the other is Google. Both of them are closed. The third one which we have is, of course, us, which is Ethereum Push Notification Service, which is open. For Web 2, if you are talking about notifications, there are approximately 34 billion notifications that are sent on those two communication middleware. So of course, push notifications, of course, plays a huge role
Wow.
in any 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 user's life. Uh, so yeah, if we just transpose that to Web3, we can see where we will be once Web3 replaces Web2.
That sounds like a nice ambitious goal to have, and amazing potential for the project itself, in a way. uh, I mean, from Web 3.0 perspective, when you look at this market, I mean, as a user today, can I what can I how can I use EPNS? It's launched, right? So if you would like to just introduce that a little bit.
Got it. So, as a user, guys, you just have to head to app.epns.io, and you just have to connect your wallet, subscribe to certain channels. We call services that send notification channels, and these channels, they basically tell you what sort of notification they want to send out. Some might be sending you out BTC price every 6 hours. Some might be sending you out when the gas fee is high or low. Some might be sending you out or talking about the wallet tracker. So you know how much ETH you have, who sends you ETH, or when you send the Ethereum out of your wallet. And then you have other third-party channels as well, including CoinCrunch, which Nemish runs. So as a user, you just have to go and click on subscribe. That's the first part. That is you giving consent to a channel that you want to receive these decentralized notification. And then the second optional part is that in case you want to receive these notifications on your mobile, then you have to click on the tab which is called Receive Notifs. And over there, just go ahead and download our app, connect your wallet to our app, and you're all good to go. Uh, just to add to this model of receiving notifications, and right now you receiving notification on our tab and mobile app, that's just the starting of the vision. The end goal over here is that you as a user should receive notification directly on MetaMask and Trust Wallet, or any other crypto wallet you guys are on. So yeah.
Wow, that sounds amazing. The project just keeps getting bigger in my eyes with every question that you answer. It would be amazing, Nemish, if you would like to come up and talk about how it worked out for you as
You
Hey,
as a channel, on EPNS?
I just want to, I'll say the most positive thing. First of all, thanks for bringing me up. And thank you guys for, remembering me. So I just want to say that, we made a video for people to sort of follow our channel and everything. And it was fun. And I think we had like 7 or 8 iterations where it failed before it finally succeeded. Um, but we did make a video, and those who followed it, EPNS came through and gave them a reward of 1,200 push tokens. So people just became, push holders right away for just testing the product out, and which is amazing because this is only possible in our ecosystem, right? So it was fantastic.
That's amazing to know you incentivized your first users also in some ways. I think they would not have thought of getting such a bounty for it. But wow, that's amazing. So now, right now, I can go on EPNS and I can subscribe to CoinCrunch, right?
Yes, you can. Yes.
That's amazing. Awesome. Uh, uh, Akshay, DeFi Dad, anyone you would like to come up and give some comments, or what do you think about the project?
Hey
Hey.
guys, thanks for having me. Hey, can you all hear me okay?
Yep.
Hey, hey, Puri, nice to meet you too. Great interview here. And no, I would just briefly add that I can further affirm that even a year ago, I met Harsh and Richa, and we were, talking about the idea, and they had already started to build this out. But as like a DeFi super user, I immediately it just made sense to me that I have been putting large sums of my own personal wealth into DeFi applications and protocols, but yet I have no direct communications with any of them. So I've got loans that could be liquidated. I've got protocols that could have a smart contract bug that compromises all of my money. I've got worries about token migrations. I've got worries about yield farming pools being deprecated and them potentially forcing that money to be moved to another pool, or even, let's say I've got it in a newer yield farm. I'm worried about whether they're competent enough to execute that migration. All of that, and I've relied upon indirect communication channels: Telegram, Discord, Twitter, Medium posts. So like my life is having 100 tabs open and having to constantly check all these things every day, to keep tabs on all these different projects. And that is just not a way to live. And that's not scalable to bring in new DeFi users. So what we're doing is we're establishing a direct channel for communication, with EPNS. And so, I tell, for anyone again who's new to this, I'm like, imagine the way you sign up for emails. It's ubiquitous. It happens with every single application that you sign up for in Web 2. In Web 3, I get to maintain my privacy by just connecting my wallet. I don't have to ask permission. It's all trustless. But I no longer have to worry about these indirect communication channels. And now I can sleep at night knowing that if my loan is, let's say the market crashes, I know a few weeks ago it was like $10 billion got liquidated on chain. That could, I will say that's probably due to a lot of people levering up too much, and there's a lack of responsibility there. But just saying, with EPNS, you might have gotten a notification, hey, your health factor is now below 1.5 on Aave. And a few weeks before that, there was Klondike Finance, a DeFi project. They migrated a token. They gave 7 days for everyone that holds the token to migrate to the new token. Those who did not were basically left with a valueless token. And so 1.5% of token holders were left with a valueless token, which I got to hear from just because many of them use the token on Zapper. And so that was another example where I thought, if they could just go out and message every wallet that is still holding the token that is going to be deprecated, well, this feels like the way that a protocol should operate. It's a much more reliable way to communicate with those who are your users without doxing them and having them give up their privacy. So I mean, I could go on and on, but every single DeFi application will use EPNS. It will be a standard, just like the graph, just like some other infrastructure tools that have yet to come to market. This is something that I have not talked to a single DeFi team that hasn't said, is that live? Can I use that yet? They need this. They know it's a better UX for everyone that uses their app. And I think this is one more puzzle piece that will bring our DeFi or Web3 experience to par with Web2. We need reliable communications. So, anyways, that's my quick take. That's my quick take on EPNs.
Wow, that's a big testimonial to what these guys are doing. Wow, that's amazing. Akshay, you
And
have some thoughts?
I
Yeah,
couldn't
sorry.
have said it any better if I did. So yeah, I'm going to copy some of those lines, but yeah.
Harsh, you knew you had a good idea. You knew you had a good idea when I was like, I said the same thing Stani did. I needed that yesterday. I would die to have that. Like, when is that going to be live? I'm still, like, part of the reason I was so proud to get on board with the team was, actually, I don't know if I said it to the two of you, but I definitely said it to a few friends. I'd rather go down burning in flames working with a team that is building something of so much value. Like, maybe we'll fail, who knows, but this is something that we all desperately need in DeFi. Now, luckily, fast forward, you have executed beautifully, and the project is in such an awesome place. But the next few months, the next quarter, when this goes live, I mean, you are going to have your hands full. Every project is going to be implementing this because once their competitor implements it, well, now their application looks dumb because they don't have push notifications. And the other application looks superior with a better user experience. So, anyways, that's just congrats on all of this, and I should shut up and let you continue the interview.
I mean, thanks, Tanvi, for that. Actually, there's a little bit of backstory here. So, after Stani, I mean, the second validation was actually done by DeFi Dad, and this was during IDU PVD. So we just took a chance and we just reached out to DeFi Dad, and DeFi Dad, being the awesome DeFi Dad he kind of came to our session and he went through the initial product. At that point of time, I think the meeting was supposed to last around 40 minutes, but it lasted around 1 hour 30 minutes. And he gave us so many cool ideas about the features, about the spam throttling, and about rewarding the users. So I think the DeFi aspect of push notification or EPNS is actually because of DeFi Dad and because of Stani. So yeah.
I know I have to desperately talk about incentivized notifications, but before we go there, I think let's hear Akshay first.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. Let me make two comments that really struck out me when I first spoke with Harsh. I think one is I've had this general, thesis that India crypto is going to be bigger than India tech, right? And the reason for that is twofold. One is because we have, I think, 45 million developers, and everyone's building something. Eventually, I think that once the tech game gets overplayed, I think that orchard is overpicked, right? There's it's become the cycle of, you fund a company and then you kind of mark it up, and then you hope the next VC comes in and marks it up more. And so I think that eventually that game will get overplayed, and all of the developer talent will be focused on in crypto. Now, having said that, I first learned about EPNS, and I was like, wow, this is an incredible. I first heard about it from Balaji because I think he invested, and then I was like, wow, this is an incredible idea. And then I remember thinking to myself, I should reach out to the team, and then somehow it slipped away. And then I heard about it again from Tanmay, and then I was like, I think that's when we connected finally. And he was telling, I was like, oh great, well, how did you hear about it? Where's the team from? He's like, dude, this guy, he's in Andheri. And I was so happy to hear from that that the EPNS team is from India, and because I really think that this is to me, that was a proud moment, because I think that the Indian developer ecosystem is going to advance far faster in crypto than it did in tech. And I'd say the second thing was, especially in, so I've been doing over the last 2 days, both Tanmay and I actually been doing some degen farming, not on Ethereum at the moment, it's on Solana. But hopefully that nobody's a maximalist here, and that's not considered a breach of loyalty. But this was a farm where there was it was this step USDC farm on Radium, which had like, I don't know, 400 trillion API or something like this. Okay, so especially when you're doing farming in some of these early token launches, and you want to kind of get in and get out quickly, and the thing that I think that EPNS the ultimate manifestation of EPNS is programmable notifications itself, right? If it's for programmable money, where you had this website or app called If This Then That, and that kind of programmable notification system will ultimately be the most valuable thing, I think. And every project in the industry would want to kind of partner with EPNS to be able to do both just notifications as well as eventually some kind of marketing. So I'm an extreme hyper EPNS bull, and so once I've been fortunate to meet Harsh when the investment phase is happening. So I'm going to be staking and being part of every piece of community activity I can be a part of to have earned that place. And so I'm very excited for all that you guys will do in the coming months, Harsh and Richa. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks also, Akshay, for the brilliant intro, and also to let us know that we also have a hill farm live, and we probably need to connect EPNS to it so that the staking rewards can be notified to the user. So yeah, I'll ask the team to get.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my lockup.
Awesome.
Awesome. Sorry, I was just busy buying push right now. So I think you guys really positioned it in such a way that it's so amazing to understand the potential out here. Uh, Harsh, you want to finally talk about uh, the most exciting thing that I heard, which is the incentivized notification that you were bringing up. So what's that all about?
Yep. So, because when we finally realized that we need to bring notifications to Web3, and it needs to be open so that all the crypto wallets can adapt. We realized that we can now play with it because we are the first one to kind of build this, so we can basically try to innovate it. So, as I said, the DeFi aspect is something which came to the EPNS protocol because of Stani and because of DeFi that. But yeah, these guys, they basically told us that, because this is an open protocol, or this is a decentralized protocol, you cannot have a registration, or you cannot have any service verify themselves by sending them an email. The best way to do it is you ask them to stake something, which is of monetary value. So usually when you ask them to do that, the game theory states that this will weed out the bad actors, because it will get prohibitively expensive for them to create several thousand channels. So yeah, that conversation basically led us to decide that whoever wants to send notification, they have to stake some amount of DAI, which is a stable coin, on the protocol. And once they stake it, then and only then they are activated and can send notification out. And then we kind of realized after our conversations, the awesome DeFi folks that why not send a stake DAI into Aave or any other DeFi protocol. And what will happen is, just for the users who don't know about these protocols, think of them like smart contract banks. So whenever you deposit something in a bank, you basically earn interest on it. And that's the same case with these DeFi protocols, that whenever you deposit something over there, you will essentially earn interest on it. So yeah, the idea stems from the fact that we need to have a dice taking mechanism for all the services that want to send notification. So we decided that when these services stake, we are going to deposit that to Aave protocol, which in turn will generate interest. And now that we have this interest, we will distribute this out to all the users who have basically opted in to receive notification from that particular service. And thus we basically make notification incentivized, or kind of added a passive income for all the users who are going to receive these decentralized notifications.
Wow, this sounds like it was meant to be. Uh, I know that Apple and Google charge apps a lot of fees for hosting them on their platform, not just the notifications part. Uh, of course, you do too, but then it's decentralized, so you distribute it to your users. I mean, this makes so much sense, moving up from the centralized Web 2.0 to decentralized Web 3.0, where you are not just maintaining the curating the channels, but also incentivizing users uh, by way of these small rewards, whatever people make it. Wow, that's amazing. I also now I know why you are getting so many offers for partnerships. From what I heard, like you guys are busy signing partnerships day in and day out. So what are some of these partnerships like, and what are the use cases that they are exploring on EPNS?
Got it. So, I mean, because we are a communication middleware, we need to basically ensure first that the communication layer we are building, the services needs are satisfied, and the only way to do that is through partnerships and through running pilot collabs. So, I mean, we already knew that, and with that vision in mind, we kind of started approaching a lot of services like Uniswap and Alpha Homara and even Polygon and Frontier and Superfluid and a whole lot of other partnerships which we haven't announced, which was the reason why I was trying to filter out any partners who haven't been announced from this conversation. But uh, but yeah, the reason, uh, I mean, the the way forward for us is that now we have this protocol, and it's on the alpha stage, and we need to now consult with these partners or these top DeFi projects, and we need to know that the communication layer which we have built so far, whether it's able to handle all their communication needs. uh, the idea is that through these partner collabs, we will either be able to validate that we have all the features of the protocol that is required for V1, or we will find a few new features that we want to add to the protocol. And once we have that list ready and validated, we can just go through an audit and then finally to mainnet. So, so yeah, that's the idea behind partnership and pilot collabs. And yeah, we are definitely not done yet with all the partnerships. Uh, but yeah, we'll announce it at the right time, guys.
I think you both should be known for being too humble in crypto. Usually, we don't find such humble people in crypto who are trying to play down their own strengths. uh,
I mean, I can see one person, Ben,
Yes.
who is also really humble.
Yeah.
And
We have
yeah,
Ben Lakoff also. So Ben is, I don't know if we can bring him
Yeah,
up as well because
Ben,
he
come
has
up.
been, yeah, Ben has been, he's helped us so much. I mean, we talk to him I think every day on Telegram, and he's just one of the most awesome people we know. Also works with charged particles, which is an amazing project as well. Uh, yeah.
yeah, and I think, oh yeah, Akon is already here.
Yeah.
I think he wants
Hey,
to. Yeah.
hey, Harsh. So I heard about EPNS from one of DeFi Dad's podcasts, and to me, it's like a basic need. Like push notifications is a basic need that every DeFi user at the very least would require. Like that should be an industry standard. So yeah, this is an amazing idea. Uh, but I was just wondering if there is some sort of ETA on the mobile application that will give us the notifications, or some sort of ETA for any of the testnet pilot programs, like going live.
Got it. So, Akon, I think the mobile app is already live. So, you can just go ahead and check it out on the Android or the iOS App Store. You can actually visit our website, epns.io, and through that you can follow the link. We also published our roadmap, uh, which basically outlines all the things which we intend to do in 2021. Other than that, the best way to follow development very, very closely is by following our weekly Substack, wherein we talk about all the things we did week by week. And over there, we are going to talk about all these pilot collabs and what we are doing in those pilot collabs. And if that gets a bit boring, then you can follow our monthly blogs on Medium article. So that's also one way to basically follow the project progress, and how, or what we are doing as at that current moment. And of course, if all else fails, just come and ask us questions on Telegram or over here. That also works.
Awesome, Harsh. Thank you very much. I'll check them out.
Awesome. Thank you, Harsh. It's, I think, time I tell everyone the ground rules. This is being recorded. We'll upload this on YouTube, and uh, we are with Harsh and Richa, founders of EPNS, bringing push notifications to Web3. Uh, let's open it up for audience questions. Anyone who wants to ask questions, please raise your hand. I'll invite you on the stage, and please mute your mic if you're not speaking. Anyone wants to ask any questions to Harsh, Richa? We have DeFi Dad with us, so anything. Okay, wow, that's amazing. I do have a question for Harsh and Richa actually, if no one wants to take that chance. Uh, Harsh, so uh, you are specifically building this protocol, and you recently launched the token as well, I think. What will be the use cases for the token per se? And I'm surprised no one asked this question, because usually that's the biggest question that people have.
Got it. So, yeah. So the the way we actually designed this token, guys, was of course because this is a decentralized protocol, so we need governance. Uh, so yeah, the push token is use case of the push token is to act like a governance token, but the token holders will be able to govern the fees which the protocol will charge in the future, as well as controlling the core features of the protocol. But we didn't stop over here. I mean, we realized that we are a communication middleware. That means we are basically playing with a lot of system. Know that we want this notification protocol to be adopted by all the crypto wallets, and we wanted to incentivize them to do it. And basically, when we designed these push tokens, we made sure to add in the ability to split the revenue, which will be charged in the future by the protocol. Through governance, the users would finally be able to decide what sort of revenue will go to what sort of crypto wallets. So yeah, that's the second use case of push token. It's to ensure that crypto wallets that implement crypto wallets that implement EPNS protocol, they are rewarded in perpetuity for their contribution as long as they pass through the entire on-chain governance process. The third aspect of the push token is, of course, to adaptability and to ensure that we drive the network effect forward. We have already started through incentives.epns.io, and we are also going to offer active usage mining, or usage mining, wherein we will reward these push tokens to users who are active on the call, as well as to third-party developers who can build useful notifications on the protocol. Another way by which we are going to reward these tokens is to the developers who basically run our push nodes, because in the end, the entire ecosystem is going to be an open P2P based mesh of nodes that will provide WSS socket connection for any wallet owners, or for any crypto wallets to listen and basically display these notifications for. And of course, the last or the fourth way by which we have designed push tokens to have value is to ensure that, because the token holders are basically carrying out all the governance features and carrying out all the other features which I just outlined. So because of that, the token holders will also be able to claim a part of the rev. We start charging it. We are not planning to start. Again, that depends on governance and that depends on token holders. But whenever we are going to start charging it, the token holders, because they are going to govern the entire push ecosystem, they are going to take 70% of the revenue that's earned. Of course, we realize that this is something that we have designed, and it might not be right when so token holders can change this percentage of allocation if they want to in the future. So that's basically how we have designed a push token to govern as well as reward all the participants in the ecosystem.
Wow, you've you've really tried to build a decentralized platform. That's amazing, really amazing. uh, is there also a deflationary measure built in the token?
Uh, I mean, we do have a burn system, but that's more like a future feature. Like, if in the future we want to launch a V2 of the token, then we will design a way by which user can deposit their push tokens into a smart contract, which will be burned, and new tokens would be awarded. I don't think we'll be using that, but yeah, we designed it just in case something like, if we have to do something like Aave, where then they had to migrate from their V1 token to V2. So yeah.
Wow, amazing. Thank you. I think we've got a really great picture of what EPNS is trying to do. And Harsh, Richa, any closing comments that you want to make?
Uh, so, I mean, just thank you guys for supporting the project. including you, Pareen, DeFi Dad, Akshay, Nemish, and Hi Tanmay. Uh, so yeah, I think thanks everyone for supporting the project. We are just getting started. I would uh, I would say that the project is here because of the community love and support. Uh, yeah, that's it. I suck at making closing remarks, guys. So I think Richa might be the best person to do it.
Yeah, I mean, just for to reiterate what Harsh is saying, that like thanks everybody who's here, who's not here as well. It's been when we like look back, it feels like a long journey, but we just yesterday released our roadmap, which marked the 1 year anniversary of when we actually started building the product. Exactly the same week. So this is the week, and I think it's a very special day that we started actually building our product at the Global Hackathon. So a remarkable like journey, like full of gratitude for so many people who are here and who are not here, but hope to continue doing good work and reconnecting and sharing all that we are building. And yeah, just that. I think it's pretty much all I have to say.
Thank you. Nemish had something to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tanmay was there. We should bring him up, but he left, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, no disrespect to Harsha Richa, but yeah, Tanmay but was there.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought about that as well, but I think the moment I gave a shout
The
to
moment
him, he left.
I Tanmay decided to like buy Harsh, okay. So
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
By
Thank
the
you.
way, everyone, just best wishes too for everyone that is in India right now. And I know it's obviously it's been a very like challenging time, but I think it is remarkable all of the innovations that have been released by the DeFi community building in India. I mean, it's just insane to think about. Again, there are bigger things in life beyond building in DeFi, and uh, the fact that the community is doing what they're doing and like delivering this this such impactful technology, that's obviously like contributing to the DeFi movement, to Ethereum, to Polygon. It's really it's really something that I think years from now we'll all look back and say, "Wow, that's pretty nuts. That is pretty nuts. All that was being accomplished, despite all the challenges there." And then also a reminder: if you've had a great year, in DeFi, crypto, whatever, just a reminder that Sundeep from the Matic Polygon team, he does have a wallet address. If you just go to his Twitter, you'll see it. And that was the wallet that Vitalik kicked off by donating like 250 Ether and 100 Maker. I think he basically deposited about $750,000, and they've raised about 2.3 million since then. So, anyways, if you're fortunate and you're having an awesome record year, I think there's no better time to pay that forward to others who desperately need it to get through the pandemic. So, anyways, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you
And
everyone for being here.
just
Lovely audience. Yeah, Harsh.
yeah, just to build up on DeFi, that's remark, guys. Please go on and donate. In case you have been fortunate, I mean, DeFi that also donated in that fund. That's a brilliant initiative by Sandeep. So, yeah, if you are, I mean, if you have been good for the past year or so, and if you would want to contribute, I mean, that's a good initiative to contribute to.
Yeah, I think that's at cryptorelief.in. So, anyone of you wants to check that out, you can check it out. If you search Crypto Relief India, you will find it as well on Google. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Amazing session, and all the best to Harsh and Richa for building EPNS. We are all there to support you in any way we can.